One of the biggest problems facing the gaming industry right now is censorship. A lot of times coming from Western developers, because you don't really see that a lot in the East, in Japanese games. However, when it comes to character designs and things like Resident Evil 4 Remake for Ashley Graham or Ada Wong, or even so much as to say the Crystal Dynamics version of Lara Croft, the female character censorship is absolutely there. And while that's not the only type of censorship, with the remake of Lollipop Chainsaw coming out, that was a big question. Are they going to censor the game? Which his biggest appeal was, if we're being honest, the sex appeal, as well as a lot of the lewd and crude humor. Well, it turns out the character designer, or one of the developers working on the game, has stated it will not be censored. That's right, her outfit, Juliet's outfit in Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, will be uncensored, which is a massive win for gamers everywhere. Let's take a look at this article, see what it has to say, as well as show you guys some interesting censorship that's been done just in 2023 alone to illustrate my point as to why this is a big win. Lollipop Chainsaw Remake dev says outfit for Juliet will be uncensored. And look at this, let's be real, it's a cheerleading outfit. It isn't even really that big of a deal. It's not like she's out there with her titties flopping about and whatnot, but obviously being in 2023, there were a lot of individuals thinking that they're going to do something. They're going to cover up her skin more, they're going to make her skirt longer, maybe they're going to flatten her chest, just because this is stuff that we have seen in video games relatively recently, specifically with female characters. The producer for the upcoming Lollipop Chainsaw Remake has announced that an outfit for main heroine Juliet will be uncensored. Yoshimi Yatsuda is a producer at Dragami Games, and the studio originally being founded in 2022. The Lollipop Chainsaw Remake was renamed Lollipop Chainsaw Repop in August, and had its launch pushed back to 2024. The producer went to Twitter to share his scant information about the uncensored costume, while also sharing an image of Juliet's bunny costume. And the bunny costume, not exactly what you would think. It's not like Bulma from Dragon Ball. No. This is just a fun little outfit, her bunny outfit. Very, very clear, cleaned up. You could call this censored, jokes aside. A lot of, games do alternate costumes, but he says, we will also make uncensored Juliet costume to meet your expectations. Now, there's a little bit of a translation issue here, I'm assuming, just with the way that this is worded, or maybe he's responding to somebody and the response isn't shown, but all in all, I think that's a great thing. Like, we need more developers who know what the gamers want. We are the paying customers, so if we want something to be uncensored, then yeah, that's what's going to put butts in seats, that's what's going to put dollars in the developer's pockets. And obviously, we're seeing this coming from an Eastern developer, because I guarantee you that if it was a Western developer, yeah, you'd be seeing censorship out the gate. So you want to support things like this with your wallet. You want to make sure that things like this make money, so we do see more of it in the West. And for those of you wondering why I am making such a big deal out of censorship in video game, imagine a video game about baking, and it was a much beloved game, and they decided to remake the game a few years later, only they take out the ability to use flour, because it's offensive to those with gluten sensitivity. That is what we're seeing when it comes to females in video games. It's uncertain as to what outfit Yoshida was specifically talking about. Censorship was a topic of discussion regarding the remake, considering how rampant censorship is currently in all forms of entertainment. Yes, that's true. It is not just the modern-day video game scene, but we're seeing it in books, movies, TV shows, the whole nine. But it's particularly egregious in video games, since that's where it all sort of started. I mean, yes, we've seen censorship to a lesser degree in a lot of other products and properties, but video game censorship, especially in games that are rated M or are for mature audiences, have been incredibly high as of late. And to give you guys a few examples of that, we got Skullgirls. This is from Polygon. Skullgirls, you guys may have heard the story, by the way, and it's pretty old news, but I want to just illustrate my point. Skullgirls update cleans up its Nazi-inspired imagery and lurid panty shots, as some fans cry censorship. Notice how it says cleans up, because, they don't consider this censoring. They consider this a good thing, and at the end of the day, it's a fighting game. Like, you're going to have a lot of different characters with various different inspirations for their outfits. It's not like there was swastikas or anything like that, thrown around in the game. It was just Nazi-inspired. The outfit, was that. There was something similar to an SS officer for a playable character. That's kind of always been a thing in video games, taking inspiration from different cultures or historical events to build new and unique characters. Lurid panty shots, because it's such a big deal if you see the panty of some sprites, This look like something that really needed to be censored. Was this a big deal? So here we've got, of course, Polygon celebrating it. Or what about this right here for Fire Emblem Engage, because even Nintendo is not free of censorship. Fire Emblem Engage, the newest game in the long-running Fire Emblem series, received criticism from gamers after it was revealed the localization team removed all language referring to gender and sex from the game, and changed the dialogue that could theoretically be construed as offensive. That's right, the English language, as we know, isn't safe. I mean, half my videos are talking about things like this. That's why it needs to be stated what an absolute win it is that we're getting an uncensored version of Juliet's costume. They're even to the point where they want to, take advantage of our actual speech when playing video games. The dystopian rise of video game censorship. Call of Duty players will soon be subjected to AI-driven speech surveillance. Yeah, that doesn't scream, 1950s, socialism, communism, or worse, authoritarianism or anything. Getting in trouble for your speech. Like, that's some stuff that's supposed to happen in China, not here in America. But again, if you look at this article, we see them, this is an American outlet, we see them praising censorship. So would it really shock you guys if this game was going to be censored? Now, there is a bit of a caveat to the censorship question about this game. All he's really talking about is the outfit. Now, there's a lot of sexual humor and jokes in this game. Are they going to rewrite the story and the dialogue? Is it just the outfit that's going to be uncensored? It does make me wonder what we're going to see in terms of censorship going forward, but all fans really want is just a remade, updated version of this game. They don't want any for modern audiences bogus. They want just to see what they already got on the PS3, but with modern graphics and modern quality of life changes. And that's it. And if that's what we, the consumer, get, then you can bet this game is going to fly off the shelves. And as more information comes out, we definitely need to follow this more closely. We need to see if there's going to be any, for modern audiences, changes to the story or changes to the dialogue. Because while changing her outfit, or in this case, I guess not changing her outfit, is definitely a step in the right direction, that doesn't mean that they might not change other things, and we need to be on the lookout for that, because this is the time when we vote with our wallets. When you see something, when you see a new product, and it speaks to you, or a remake of an old product, an old IP, and it speaks to you in a way that, hey, they're doing this right, it does deserve to be rewarded. We need to show these developers and these companies, not even just in video games, but in any medium in general, like we did with One Piece live action, that when you honor what came before, when you honor the source material, and when you stop trying to baby the gamers, baby the consumer, and tell them you're bad for wanting to play as a sexy female character in a fictionalized video game about a cheerleader that kills zombies with her severed boyfriend's head, making jokes along the side. Like, yeah, that's a very clear niche, very male, audience for this game. So I think the company's giving individuals what they want, letting them pay for exactly what they know they're going to get is a good thing. But where there's still the chance we're going to see some censorship in other avenues, and we need to be paying attention to articles like that or anything that comes out from the devs in that respect. But so far, let's take this as a win, and maybe slowly but surely this is evidence that culture is swinging back in our favor, and that we the gamers are no longer going to be punished for just wanting to see beautiful women in video games. No one's looking at these ones and zeros and these lines of code on screen and immediately thinking, oh, sex object, I don't need a real woman because look at all the dirty things I can make this character do. That's not happening, despite how much outlets like Polygon and the Mary Sue are going to make you think they are. In fact, outlets like Polygon and the Mary Sue are probably going to start trying to smear this game as how damaging it is to women, how bad it is for feminism, and how much only angry white incel males are going to be playing this game. You got to make sure you don't fall for crap like that and celebrate the wins where we can take them. I don't know if this is a positive or negative video because it seems like it could go either way, but I think that we should take this dub. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X where you can find me at BoltTheWord. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about video games, oftentimes about movies, anime, Magic the Gathering. I also sprinkle politics in there. It is a bit of a culture channel through a political lens. And I have started an Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, recipes I've cooked up or anything going on outside the nerdosphere, things that are just interesting photos I managed to capture in real life. But until then, please just subscribe, and it's all here in the nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.